Hello friends, welcome back to The Lift. I'm very excited to be joined now by two Colorado artists, Peggy Judy and Gayle Waterman. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. Great.
Thank you so much for being here. You have a new show that's hanging in the Encore Logos Gallery. It just opened. Peggy, tell me about some of your work that we can see in the show.
Oh, well, I would probably be considered a contemporary Western artist, and I draw my inspiration from my lifestyle. Raised with horses, married an equine veterinarian 27 years ago, and I've just incorporated the horses into my art.
That's amazing. And the horses are such inspirational animals, and having them just so close to you in your life with an equine veterinarian as your husband must be a great inspiration to you as well.
It is. Keeps me busy and keeps me inspired.
And what medium are you working in?
Acrylic right now, so painting. So. And
Peggy, you're working in photography. Tell me about what we can see from you at the Encore Logos Gallery.
I do macro photography, so I take photographs of antique painted furniture primarily with layers of paint and crackle, and I'm taking an image about that size and then printing it digitally quite large, and it looks like abstract art.
That's amazing. So sometimes you walk up to the piece and you can't even tell at first what you're looking at.
You usually can't. You don't know the subject matter, which is different for photography, and I like that. I like, you know, having people get outside the box a little bit, not knowing really what they're looking at, and then using their own imagination to come up with an interpretation for the piece.
Let's get technical a bit. What kind of equipment are you using to actually pull that off as far as a lens and camera?
I'm using a Nikon D800 camera and then a 105mm macro lens. So I get really close to what I'm photographing.
And we've seen printing technology change a lot. Is it easier now to make these big, beautiful prints?
It is, and the quality is excellent. There's clarity all the way to the edge of the paper or canvas, whatever we're printing on, and the color is very clear and good. So thank goodness for new technology in the digital world.
And Peggy, I know you had a career as an illustrator before moving into fine art. How has that influenced your work as an artist now?
Well, being able to work with a variety of different companies and do the work on request. I think the biggest thing is now being able to be an independent so that I don't have to follow somebody else's requirements, and I can do what I want on my own, but I draw from my illustration background and illustrators from history that have influenced me, like Wyeth and Norman Rockwell, things like that. I don't follow their lead, but I use them as inspiration to what I do today.
And with the horses, are we seeing them in action? Are we seeing them being ridden? How are we?
No, usually it doesn't have a person in it. It can, but usually I keep them individual. I break it down to the different way light will hit and create color, so that my first and foremost is not to show you what a horse looks like. We all know what a horse looks like. Just my interpretation of what the horse and the area around the horse, how it works together.
Excellent. And you're based in Colorado?
Yes.
And how is Colorado influencing your work outside of just the equine subject matter?
Just the lifestyle outdoors, and a freer interpretation of things, not quite so constrained.
And Gayle, are you finding that Colorado inspires you as well?
Well, I love the western skies and our snow and our scenery, and I love art from the West and in the West. It's not predominantly what I do, but I do have some pieces that have flavors of the West because it's such an inspiration.
Excellent. And tell me about the gallery, the Encore Logos Gallery is on Main Street in Basalt. How is it working with Anne and being involved with that gallery?
Well, Anne Logos is an outstanding person, so it's an honor to be associated with her, but also the gallery has such a wide variety of work from outstanding artists from all over, and some emphasis on the West, but certainly I appreciate the fact that they've opened their mind to abstract photography and macro photography and something that looks very modern and contemporary in a gallery where people may want a little more Western style. So it's an interesting, I mean, her spirit is shown in combining Peggy and my work together, and you have to appreciate the open-mindedness of that.
Excellent. Well, we're so excited to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us, and we're excited to come see the show. All of you should check it out, Encore Logos Gallery down in Basalt.